Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Reign of Horror, and, well, I know this is a bit late. I said I was going to do a Nintendo press conference and then Square Enix. However, I scheduled something else today as well, because I just came home from watching Jurassic World. Yeah, finally got to see that movie. So I thought I would give my thoughts on that, and then I would move into E3, because it's fresh in my mind. I have to say this. It's a good movie. I can give you that right off the bat. A spoiler-free review. It's a good review. It's a good movie. But there's a lot of things. There's nothing really new about this movie. And that, I mean, it's a fourth installment in a series. I get that. But at the same time, I just felt like this movie just, well, it kind of reminded me of Godzilla, the latest Godzilla movie in many ways. Like, humans tackle with just gene split or do something with genes that allows you to create a monster. A monster, something completely unnatural, should never exist, and they do, and it does exist. Destroys everything in its path. You can't control it, and eventually you have to resort to nature cleaning up this mess. And when they keep trying to fight back, they keep letting. You have family drama in there and all that. You have romance, though it's not. Though this movie did it worse, and really, the story just doesn't seem. This movie just, well, it's a good movie, but that's all it is. It's just a decent, good movie that just doesn't really need to exist. So when people said maybe they should have just ended after 3, I kind of agree with you. And here's the thing: I like all the if you want my opinion on the other Jurassic Park movies, I liked all of them. Though I admit Jurassic Park 3 is kind of a guilty pleasure to me. I legitimately like Lost World. I can say that. But yeah, the first one's the best, of course. Great movie. 2 has a lot of good elements, but there are some that just kind of annoy me. 3, yeah, it's bad, but it's a guilty pleasure to me. I just kind of enjoy the ride. And World, it's a good movie, but I would definitely say that I kind of enjoy it on the same level as Lost World. I like Lost World, but it's not as good. It's not. So yeah, first one's still the best of the Jurassic Park movies. This one, kind of on the same level as Lost World, I would say. I can say that the acting is really good. I mean, Chris Pratt does a great job. The owner of the park, I don't know what his name is. He did a good job. Kind of disappointed, and he was a good character. Kind of disappointed me that he died. Sometimes they go for a bit too many jokes here and there in a tense situation. The monster is threatening, but they don't really take advantage of all of its intelligence all the time. So I kind of felt they lost the trait a little bit. Especially when you consider the fact that they kind of ruined its impact, because now the spoilers come across. At the end of the movie, they release a T-Rex on it to fight it. And while it does manage to, well, bring it down for a while, it looks like the T-Rex gets some offense on it and gets some upper hand. When, if you remember Jurassic Park 3, the Spinosaurus took down the T-Rex in 2 minutes. I know, disappointing. I know it is disappointing that we didn't get to see a full fight, but at the same time, it's kind of inconsistent. I know Jurassic World treats it like the other movies didn't exist, and therefore the T-Rex was the most powerful. But for someone who's watched all 3, I can't help but notice that it's not as much of a threat as the Spinosaurus, and Spinosaurus didn't die at the end of the movie. This one, I'm at least thankful that the T-Rex didn't beat it. Like, it needed help from a raptor, and the one who killed it was the sea creature that they had. I always thought it was a Leopleurodon for some reason, but nope. It's something else that was shown else than what I saw in the trailer. Oh well. There it is. Oh well. What else can I seriously say about the movie? It's good, but I've seen a lot of it before. And yeah, I enjoy it. It's a good movie. I could recommend that you see it, but it's not top notch. That's what I want to say. It's not the best of the Jurassic Park movies, but nor is it the worst. It's a good movie. Nothing that will make a movie of the year, in my opinion. You'll think about it. I haven't really seen a movie. Is it better or worse than the Avengers 2? I would say Avengers 2 is better than this one, but that's just all. So, yeah, not a movie of the year, but a good movie. All right, enough of Jurassic World. Moving on to E3. Of course, this was Nintendo and Square Enix that we're gonna talk about. Nintendo actually started a lot very early. They started before Bethesda even came on. They had a Nintendo tournament, Nintendo World Championship, and there was also a mini direct for Super Smash Brothers. If you wanted to know what Smash Brothers, I'll start with Smash Brothers because in the Smash Brothers direct, they showed us two new characters that we didn't know about, even though some asshole leaked it before they had this direct. They announced some new stages, and those were. And yeah, that was about it. They announced DLC stages and amiibos. That's basically it. The characters that they announced were that another character is returning from Melee, Roy. Returning from Melee, Roy. Yeah. And a brand new character was added, Ryu from Street Fighter. And as a bonus, all of these things, all of those alongside three new stages. You got the Miiverse stage that was announced earlier for free, and then you had the DLC, which included the old Dreamland stage from the N64 Smash Brothers, and a Sakura Castle, I think, from Street Fighter, which was Ryu's stage. And as a bonus, all of those DLC were released right after the direct. Yeah, everything was ready for you to buy, and I did buy all of it, every single one of them, all of it. And I also bought Mewtwo in the same bundle because, well, I didn't buy Mewtwo because if you've seen my other Smash Direct video once, you know I was not happy about Mewtwo being announced, but my brother convinced me to, well, buy Mewtwo. So yeah, and if you want my opinion on the characters, oh yeah, Lucas was also announced. I forgot to mention that. Well, Lucas was announced earlier, but he was available then. I haven't tried Lucas because I don't really care about Lucas. I didn't care about him in Brawl. I don't care about him here. Roy is a good clone of Mart again, but we already have Lucina for that. He's decent. He's good enough. He's fine. Nothing too spectacular. Probably not going to use him that much because I don't really use Mart or Lucina or not Roy anymore. I'm more of an Ike player when it comes to the final Fire Emblem characters. Ryu, on the other hand, is really fun to play with. I like his new moveset, and while I haven't been able to pull it off yet, he has 2 freaking final smashes. That's pretty awesome. One for long range with the Shin Hadouken, and a Shin Shoryuken for close range. And I also like the fact that if you do the Street Fighter moves to perform his Hadouken or Shoryuken or that spinning kick or that counter punch, if you do the actual moves that you do in a Street Fighter game, he does them with more power. You can still do those moves normally by just using the B button, but if you use it with the A button and do certain moves, you get a better result out of it. So he's very technical, but I like him. The World Championship was a treat. It was really fun to watch. We got a good preview of Mario Maker. We got to see Reggie Reggie fail miserably at Smash Brothers. So yeah, good start. Now on to the Direct. They started off with Star Fox. Okay, that's good. They started off with Star Fox. The game looks fine. I'm not entirely sure on the gyroscope control for the gamepad. I'm hoping you can change that. I'm also kind of hoping that you can change the fact that it's inverted. Because pulling back on the analog stick to fly up, that's never been good for me. I hate it when the controls are inverted. I want to press up to go up and down to go down. That's just how I feel. Then they showed Super Mario Maker again. Yeah, that was what we got the preview of at the World Championship. We can see what we do with it. It's a very creative game. I would like to own it though, because yeah, it seems fun to toy around with, and it can kind of fun fact, I can actually now play a little bit of so I get some training on playing the new Super Mario Brothers style, the old 8-bit style, and Super Mario World, because I haven't played any of those. The only game that I have played out of those three that you can build from is Super Mario Brothers 3 on the Game Boy Advance. Shows how much I know about it. Then they announced that they are partnering with Skylanders to release a Skylanders figure for both Bowser and Donkey Kong. Again, I don't really care about those kind of amiibos or Skylanders or whatever. Don't care. Then they announced 2 new Zelda games. One called Zelda Triforce Heroes, which is apparently a 3-player, sort of a four-source adventure thing, only with 3 players. That you can get on the Nintendo 3DS. I don't have a 3DS, and I have no plans on getting it because I don't like 3D games on handheld, so not for me. And speaking of the 3DS, they also announced that they're doing a 3D. They also announced that they're doing a 3DS version of Hyrule Warriors called Hyrule Warriors Legends, announcing 2 new characters as well. 2 new Wind Waker characters, Tetra and the King. Okay, but yeah, I'm not gonna get into that. I already have Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U, and I'm fine with that. And I already bought most of the DLC. I don't have the money to buy any other ones. But my brother is probably gonna get a kick out of that because he loves Hyrule Warriors a lot. And having it on the 3DS is probably good. Then they also showed us a preview of some new games at that Nintendo World Championship that was called Blast Ball. Did not look interesting at all, but at this Direct they announced that this is actually called Metroid Prime Blast Ball, and they also announced another game called Metroid Prime Federation Force. So essentially, new Metroid games that doesn't really seem like Metroid games. Nintendo, we wanted a new Metroid game here. This is kind of annoying. I want a new Metroid game, and I have not even played a Metroid game, but I want one because I really would like this franchise to get the love that it deserves. Moving on. A new Fire Emblem game was announced. Don't really care. A weird anime game called FE. I don't know what that is exactly, but it looked kind of odd. Xenoblade Chronicles X, another trailer for that. Not interested. Not really interested because I've heard horror stories about how long Xenoblade Chronicles can be. I probably need to play that first anyway. I like Shulk Smash Brothers though. That's a good thing. Then they announced Animal Crossing Happy Home Design for 3DS. Again, not that interested in a 3DS game. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. It's apparently an Amiibo game that basically it looks like Mario Party. An Animal Crossing Mario Party game. I like Mario Party, but I don't like Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is just kind of boring. Moving on. Yoshi's Woolly World still looks kind of cool. Looks kind of interesting. I am thinking about it. Then they announced something really interesting. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. It's apparently a crossover between the Mario and Luigi series and the Paper Mario series. That's kind of cool. It's on 3DS. I never played a Paper Mario game, but I really enjoyed Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story. So, yeah, that kind of sucks for me. Moving on. Then they announced Mario Tennis, Tennis Ultra Smash. I've enjoyed the Mario Tennis games with the Mario Power Tennis on the GameCube. So this one looked really interesting. So that's a good game I'm interested in. But I have to say, this is supposed to be Mario's 30th adventure, 30th anniversary, and really no new Mario game at all. I mean, I know we were complaining about it last year, but this is a special occasion, guys. 30 years. And yeah, I know we have Mario Maker that can make something, but I would really like for you guys to show us a new 3D Mario game. I mean, I've enjoyed 3D World, it's a good game, but I would like something more. You know, something else. Have you just run out of ideas or something? I don't know. And that was it. Now, as for the conference itself as a presentation, it was a weird thing to start off with a Muppet showing. But here's the thing, Nintendo. You barely showed any gameplay. You showed for Star Fox, yes. I know you had that treehouse thing after that, but that was at the same time as the Square Enix conference. You didn't really consider... Did you ever consider the fact that Square Enix was going on after that? Yeah, you didn't hold water here. If I were to rate this conference, it would probably be a 5. It was decent, but a lot of the announcements were just trailers. Nothing gameplay was shown. And yeah, that's not really that good. Moving on to what I consider the worst conference out of all of them. Yeah, I actually consider this the worst. Worse than EA. Square Enix. Here's what they did. First, they started off with Just Cause 3. Okay, that's good. You showed Just Cause 3. Look, they showed gameplay, showed all that, but they kept talking and talking and talking, and they spent too much time with the developers talking about it instead of showing the actual game, showing the actual gameplay. Then they announced a new Nier game. No title was shown for it, but they kept talking and talking about it, even though it's just in developmental. Guys, it's just in developmental. A teaser is fine. You know, just show that you're making the game, talk a little bit about it, and move on. Next game. Then they showed Rise of the Tomb Raider, which kind of confused me. But here's the thing. They reused the trailer that was shown at Microsoft's press conference. What the hell? Seriously, Square. You didn't have time to make a new trailer for that? Moving on. Then you have Hit. Then they showed off. A Tomb Raider Go trailer. It's basically a mobile game. Mobile games are not my cup of tea. Oh yeah, I should probably tell you what I think. I never played a Nier game, so I don't know anything about Nier. But it's made by Platinum, who made Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, which I freaking love. So maybe. Just Cause 3. It's explosive. It looks really good. I might consider it. I need to play the other games first. Then I think they showed off Hitman. I'm not trying, but yeah, I think they showed off Hitman next. Hitman, they at least actually, I'm not sure if fuck it. I'll talk about this right now. Then they showed the exact same trailer for the Kingdom Hearts, the Final Fantasy VII remake. Like it was a big announcement or something. Even though you just showed that trailer, the exact same trailer, exact same announcement at Sony's conference. And guess what? You didn't get much of that much of a reaction because Sony had already shown it. Square, this is not how you do it. Ugh. Then they got the Hitman, and at the very least they showed a new gameplay trailer, and they showed some gameplay here and there. And yeah, that was actually good. Good on you, Square. You did something right instead of reusing fucking trailers. Ugh. Moving on. Then they showed off Kingdom Hearts 3. No wait, first they showed off a mobile game for Kingdom Hearts called Kingdom Hearts X Unchained, and then they showed off Kingdom Hearts 3. And good. That was good gameplay in it. It was really interesting. The story makes no sense as always, but good. You showed off Kingdom Hearts 3. Something at least. I would have liked some more talk about Kingdom Hearts 3, but that's fun. Also, that's something I want to talk about. Square, I think you might want to get your dubbers your tech in order, because you had a lot of Japanese people at your service, but not all the the dubbers weren't always there to talk. To translate for us. So maybe either you can hire some new either you can try to work on your tech if you're gonna do another conference, or you get subtitles. Seriously, if you're not gonna have any English speaking people on stage, you might as well either have subtitles or actually get your tech in order so that we can understand what the hell these developers are saying when they're speaking Japanese. Moving on. Then they again reused the same trailer for World of Final Fantasy that was shown at Sony's press conference. What the hell? Seriously, Square, what are you doing? Then they give brief mention to games like Trail Wars and Final Fantasy 15. They didn't really talk about them all that much. Then they showed off a game called Star Ocean something. I don't remember the title of it. I don't remember the rest of the title. I didn't write it down. And right around that time was when I left for the movie. And when I got back, I looked at the rest of the conference a little bit, and I saw that the only thing they announced after that was Deus Ex. Another game I'm not too terribly interested in, and Star Ocean didn't look all that interesting to me. Square, you bored me to death talking for all that time instead of actually showing gameplay. You reused 3 trailers from the previous games. You showed the Tomb Raider trailer that you showed at Microsoft press conference. You showed the Final Fantasy VII reveal that you did remake reveal that you showed at Sony's press conference. You showed the World of Final Fantasy trailer that you showed at Sony's press conference again. The point of holding a press conference is not to overuse the same things. Yeah, I know. Most of the time you get the same games at different conferences. I know that. Assassin's Creed was a bitch with that. But at least they showed different things when they announced them. Square, that was terrible. Your conference sucked more than EA and Ubisoft. If I were to rate, they get a 1. Reusing trailers, talking for too long, not having the proper tech in place so that we can understand what the developers are saying. That's bad. So yeah. So yeah, I can firmly say this right now. Sony won this year. Again. Nintendo, your winning streak has been broken again. You need to show me something good next year if you want to take that crown back. Microsoft, if you continue with the way you're doing, you're probably not going to win any year. This year belonged to Sony. Again. Just like the year before, Nintendo swept the Nintendo did great things last year, but they felt just decently this year. They were the second best conference though. Microsoft, while I thought Microsoft's conference was boring as hell, at least they weren't as painful as EA or Ubisoft. And they weren't as lazy with their conference as Square Enix. Oh yeah, Bethesda. I would give them a 5. They're on the same level as Nintendo, because it wasn't as good. Sorry. Because it wasn't as good as Sony's. Sorry. Sony wins. And yeah, that's all I got. I think the next time you'll see me is probably going to be for I don't know. I'm interested in watching the Ant-Man movie. That's about it. I'll see you all later for that.